Hello, it's Jimmy here again at O'Reilly's, and now I am looking at a BMW 335D. It's the 3 litre diesel, I believe, and it's got a DPF symbol on the dash. Okay, well, it did have a DPF symbol on the dash, but I've been having a look over the car. I've just cleared some codes while I was running through some tests, and I was pulling out the pressure sensor and that just to see if I can reach it. So here's the live data we have on the DPF there. It's 54 millibars, and that's while the engine's idling. Now let's accelerate it up and see where it goes. $300, all that 3,000, and it's around about 260. So what's happening is we're getting the orange symbol come on for the DPF. Now the guy said every time he takes it out, the orange symbol comes on, and he just needs it sorting out. So we're going to go out of that live data there. We'll go back to some of the codes now. We did clear some of the codes just because we were having a look. Well, we've got most of them back. We've got the 480A, the 4D00, and there was a 481A as well. It's just saying the particle filter is full, basically. So that's the only data stream that we can get on the DPF. I can't get any sort of soot contents on this one. That's just irrelevant anyway. The main thing is the pressure, and the pressure is high. We've got 50 millibars on idle, 350-ish on full revs, 250 to 260 on 3000 RPM, so we need to get those figures lowered down. Now, I've been having a look over the car, and I'm pretty happy that there isn't any sort of issues with it. It's just a case of it's an old guy that owns the car, and if you look around the car you can see that it is in absolutely pristine condition. I mean, looking at even the seats, the interior on this car, you wouldn't imagine that it's done more than 5,000 miles, but surprisingly it's done 106. I mean, even the steering wheel looks like it just came from the factory. I don't know how he's kept it so clean. If you notice on the seats of these BMWs, you know, they don't usually have so much detail in the leather. I mean, I've seen, if this car had 5,000 miles on the clock, I would certainly believe it. But anyway, we're going back to the DPF. We need to get this back pressure lowered down. Okay, we are here in the back of the van. I'm going to use my process now using the compressor, some deionized water, and the magical fluid of Launch UK particle filter cleaning fluid, and that's going to be paired up with the Launch gun there and connected up to the compressor to get it blasted into the DPF hose and flushed out. So again, if you see my other videos, we'll use a 50% mix of this Launch cleaning fluid, and then we'll use a 50% mix of the deionized water. So now we've got that all filled up, we can just put the top on, screw it together. Okay, so if we come to the engine bay, I'm sorry if you can hear any wind noise, I can't really help the weather. Turn on the torch here. Right down there, can't really see it on camera, but it's down there, the DPF pressure sensor, or the gas pressure sensor they call it on these. Just got to get my fingers on it there, just on the corner of the screen if you can see it. And there we've got the hose out. That's the sensor right there. This one, sensor right here, and here's the hose. That's the sensor, and that's the hose. Now we've got the compressor connected up to the gun here to get the fluid pushed in. Now we've got that connected up there. Now we can just squeeze the trigger and get all of that fluid pushed in. And again, that's just going down the tube into the exhaust there, straight into the DPF. Okay, so now we've got all of that fluid in there. We're just going to let it sit for about 20 minutes. Okay, some time has passed, so we shall start the car. Now with the engine running, we're going to put some more fluid in, squeeze the trigger. I will hold it squeezed for a few minutes until it has finished all of the fluid. Then once the fluid is out, we'll get the pressure hose connected back up and we'll go back in, give it some revs and have a look at the live data. So we just pulled off the fluid gun there. Just wait until we don't see any sort of fluid coming out and then we'll connect it back up. Just make sure that's pushed all the way back in to the pressure sensor. You can see the sort of black stuff that came out of it there. I'm going to give the car some revs. And we'll have a look at the live data there. We're already down to 15, 13. .3,000 RPM. We can just watch that drop in there. And we'll get a bit of smoke out the back like that. A little bit of froth coming out. We'll get some smoke out the back and that will gradually disappear. It'll get worse and then it will disappear. Hold it up at 3,000 RPM again. We're now on 64, which is within a good limit. And we're still dropping. So let's now let go of the accelerator. We are down to 1 millibar. Some could say almost too low. And would you look at that? .33 millibars. See a vast improvement there. Let it down to idle. 0.88 millibars. Now we're down to actually almost 0. So now I'm more than happy with the results there from the DPF. We're going to go back. Back again. Read defaults, just make sure there is no codes. No codes present. Take the car on a test drive. Check it again. So now that's all done. There you go. I'll put a link for this fluid in the video. Can't ask for much better results than that. I was sort of thinking when I first came to this that it might be a bit of a pig to do just because the sensor's right down there. I thought I might have to remove all of this and all of this scuttle to get in there, but luckily enough you can get your hand in there and just pull the sensor off. So yeah, it's quite windy out there. I don't know if you can hear what I'm saying, but yeah, I'll put a link to this Launch DPF cleaner in the video, and I will. Yeah, that's it. We're just about finished, and this is the Launch Tab 2 Euro Tab 2 tablet here. Kind of liking a lot of the Launch stuff at the minute. Been trying out a few different items that they sell, and very impressed with all of the stuff that they have. So let's now go into the special functions, because you know what BMW are like, and most cars, they put a calculation system on the car to tell it that the DPF has had a shelf life and it's been expired, so then they can just chuck up codes for no reason when the DPF pressure is actually low. They can still sometimes just tell you, you need a new DPF, it's past its expiry date. So we'll program it now to say, yes, look, this is a brand new DPF, it's as good as brand new, it's got zero pressure on it. But you just got to reset the logs that have been stored now from the car, you see. Adaption values were reset, and that's the end. So that's it, we're all finished on this BMW, and we'll see you on another video.